Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Tarrant. I'm the President and CEO of the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce. Would like to welcome our MC this month, Jeff Larson. Jeff serves as our Ambassador Chair this year, and I think everybody knows Jeff as the Pink Panther or the American Cancer Society guy in the Great Lakes Bay region. Jeff, take us away.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. We are excited to be with you this morning. Want to start as we always do. If you will please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. If I could please remind everybody, out of consideration to our speakers, to please mute your audio. I believe that time permitting, we will have Q&A at the very end of our presentation. This is the chance where I get to give you a little bit of update about news and weather. Newsworthy, Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live and mentioned Dogecoin, and it plummeted, so that's fun. I like to talk about sports. Talking about sports in the greater Detroit area is a challenge, but the Pistons lost, and they secured a much needed loss to the Timberwolves to help them in the draft lottery process. With 2 games left, it's still a tenuous situation. The Lions won their Super Bowl. That is right. The NFL draft is the Lions Super Bowl, and by all reports, they made wise decisions there. The Tigers have actually strung together 2 wins in a row for the first time in several weeks. And they're still dead last in the major leagues, but hey, you got to start somewhere. The entertainment value of sports in Michigan right now is such that I spent last night painting an old pair of shoes pink. Now, let's be honest, I would have done that even if sports were entertaining, but you know why it's important to have pink shoes is because when you are at Winona Park this Saturday, walking whenever you want to for Relay for Life in a safe, socially distant format, those shoes will come in real handy. That's right. All day we will have signage up for Relay for Life in Winona Park this Saturday. Which brings me to the weather. It's been pretty crappy lately, but it will be fantastic on Saturday. We are turning the corner into actual late spring weather, which is beautiful. Our eye-opener breakfast sponsors, which are extremely important, are Accident Fund Insurance Company, Bay Community Tennis Association, Bay Future, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Great Lakes Bay region, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Kapoco Community Credit Union, Covenant Healthcare, Dow Bay Area Family YMCA, Future Insurance Agency, Jolt Credit Union, Mercury Telecom, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, Tondu Medical Spa, United Bay Community Credit Union, Yo & Yo Computer Consulting, and Yo & Yo CPAs and Business Consultants. I now welcome Jeff Staudiker, Financial Advisors at Edward Jones Staudiker Agency, and our Chamber Board Chair for 2021.
Great. Thanks, Jeffrey. My first thing of business is to welcome our new member. Our new member is Maplewood Pharmacy. Maplewood gives their patients the individual attention they deserve. Maplewood offers an array of products and services to take care of you and your family's needs. As a local-owned pharmacy, Maplewood treats you to more than just a number. They understand that everyone has different needs and concerns, which is why they get to know their patients to better serve them. In fact, Maplewood knows most of their clients by name. They use the latest technology and check every prescription for interactions to provide customers with safety and accuracy. Caring for you and about you, experience the personal service of Maplewood Pharmacy today. So again, I'd like to welcome Maplewood Pharmacy as our newest member. Now I get to introduce our 2 featured speakers of the day. They're going to give us an update on the Eat Great Food Festival and the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. First of all, we have Wendy Traschen, Principal and Director of Client Services at B&B Incorporated. A Great Lakes Bay region and Midland native, has spent most of her life in mid-Michigan. Traschen joined Boger & Battle in 1996 and in fewer than 10 years became a managing principal. Traschen became the sole owner of B&B. As Director of Client Services, she was responsible for ensuring the quality of B&B work and building client relationships. She also played a leading role in delivering strategic marketing communications for a range of B&B clients, from global corporations to community-based nonprofits. In 2010, Traschen opened Wine, a restaurant and wine bar in Midland. Traschen is now the tournament director of the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational, known as GLBI, and works for Iger Marketing. She will oversee the tournament for 2021. Traschen is heavily involved in the community. She is the president of the Cancer Services Board of Directors and a member of the Board of Directors for Self-Love Beauty. Traschen also is a member of the City of Midland Business Inclusion Council. And we have joining her, Cameron Wing. Cameron is volunteer coordinator for the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. Cameron joined the Dow GLBI team in December of 2020 and currently serves as a volunteer coordinator. A Midland native and a recent University of Michigan grad with a degree in sports management, Cameron is thrilled to have the opportunity to work on an LPGA event in his hometown. In addition to golf, Cameron loves playing beach volleyball and traveling. He is also working to run his first marathon this year. Again, I'd like to welcome Wendy and Cameron. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Jeff. Thank you for that introduction. We're thrilled to be able to share a little bit about the tournament with you for this year. As you saw the announcement last week, we are thrilled that the governor has lifted some restrictions and that we will be able to host fans, which is what everybody wants most, is to be able to watch those great girls play golf. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of some background on the tournament, and then I'll hand it over to him and he'll give you some other updates. So one of the biggest things regarding this tournament, it's really all about the region. And so when you think about how we have 4 counties within the Great Lakes Bay region, we really try to get all of the counties actively involved. And we really want to be able to enrich those counties with some of the guests that come here, some of the activations that we put on. With Dow being the title sponsor, Dow really wants to get their name out there in a way from what they're doing regarding products, what they're doing from a sustainability standpoint, because they have a great story to tell. And then the other thing we really are working hard for is helping small businesses and other corporations drive business growth for our region. So those are 3 of our fundamentals that we pay a lot of attention to, but it really is the background for what makes this tournament so great. So some of the things that were pretty impactful for 2019 is we had over 250 community partners. We brought 2,000 children in for our STEM center. We had over 1,000 volunteers, and Cam's going to talk a little bit about that a little later on. And you think about the financial impact, it was $12.7 million to those businesses within our region. And so it really says a lot about this tournament and why it's such a great part of our community in the summer. So here's the dates, the 11th through the 17th. The purse for the players is 2.3. It's 72 teams. Remember, they pair up, so they're playing with another golfer. It's at the Midland Country Club, and the Golf Channel will air it for all 4 days, but the final round is on CBS on Saturday. So that's CBS is coming in, and that will be a live broadcast, which is pretty phenomenal. So here's a little bit of our schedule of events. So you'll see where we originally had Eat Great Food Festival in downtown Bay City on Sunday. As we've said, that is not happening this year. We're going to bring it back for 2022. But we have the Pro-Ams on Monday. We have a pairings party, which Those pros will get paired up with people that are participating in the Pro-Am. Our first round of play really kicks off on Wednesday. Thursday is Dow Employee Experience Day, and so that is where they'll bring their employees on site. We also have Friday, as we said, the Sustainability Summit will be happening, and that is really a community event, and that you'll see Mary Draves, who is Dow's Chief Sustainability Office, and a number of members from the Great Lakes Bay region that have been working since the last tournament to come up with sustainable solutions for their businesses, for the area. And then Saturday is our final round. So that is, we have some other fun things happening, but that's the final round of play. And as some of you may know, that one of the biggest things is a charitable give back to our region. And so about 8 weeks ago, we opened up our team up for Dow GLBI, and nonprofits submitted their applications, and we had the area community foundations go through all of those applications, and they have selected 36 organizations that will be paired up with golfers, and they have the opportunity then to receive the $2,500 per each pair. And the other great thing is it's a way for them to get involved in the tournament too. So once they know who they're paired up with, they can have signage, they can do things on their social media to promote it. And then we have other corporations that take a look at that and also contribute to those nonprofits. So in 2019, we had over $200,000 that were given to the nonprofits. This year, our goal is $230,000. So when you think about sponsorship dollars that corporations do and everything, think about how it gives back to these local nonprofits, because that's what really this is all about. All right, Cam, I think this is you.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for letting us talk this morning. With Wendy's experience in the region and her time spent at Boulder Battle, she's already had a tremendous impact on our team. So jumping back in, Eat Great Food Festival coming back in 2022. We were very sad that we couldn't have it this year, but already looking forward to next year. So we're going to have that in downtown Winona Park. It's going to survive, and we already have a lot of different initiatives that we're going to keep this brand alive going through. So pop-ups, just as Wendy had mentioned earlier, different things to make sure that we are helping these restaurants out in our region. I know it's been very tough just with capacity limits and staffing. The restaurants are going through a really difficult time. So anything that we can do to give back, make sure that they are sustainable and we can keep them going through, that is what we're going to do. So in 2022, Eat Great is excited to feature live music. So we're already planning that, all the fun stuff. And we're just really excited to look forward to that next year. So we will be back in Bay City, and we're really excited to start working on that. It gives us another year. We knew we had a good thing planned this year, but we can make it, build on those plans and make it even better for that next year.
So let me tell you a little bit about our STEM Center. So in 2019, we actually had the STEM Center that was in the ballroom of the Midland Country Club. That we had 2,000 children that were transported in, that went in and out of that STEM Center every day. And working with some of the local schools, camps, boys and girls clubs, and trying to figure out what transportation looked like, what were their plans for the summer, we really had to make a decision a couple of months ago to pivot this program because the uncertainty was so great. We also did a little bit of research regarding where are the school systems, how, because a lot of them had to be remote, where's the biggest impact that they see? And so we found that science and math are two of the biggest areas that need the most help, and that it really is K through 8. So we worked with some sponsors, and we are bringing STEM to them. So we have kits that we have ordered, and we are going to deliver those kits to the schools that are in the biggest need right now in the month of June. And then in July, we will deliver to all of the Boys and Girls Clubs, some of the camps that like Chippewa Nature Center, Greater Midland. And so we're working with Heather Gallegos and some local people to determine who is most in need. But we're hoping that we can have, excuse me, between 4,000 and 5,000 kits delivered.
Next, moving on to sustainability. This is a big pillar of our group and a big focus of ours, looking at the tournament. So the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational was the first LPGA event on tour to receive a GEO certification and was the most sustainable event on the LPGA Tour in 2019. So this is something that we take a lot of pride in, and we spend a lot of time doing. So Jason Slavin, our operations coordinator on our team, spends a lot of time looking at the tournament, how we can be more sustainable, how we can be more conscious of the environment, whether it's the products that we use, how people are getting to the tournament, how can we try to create or limit the amount of waste that we have when we put on this big event. So looking at the waste diversion rate in 2019, we had 68%, which is quite good. Really circling around the initiatives of reusable water pouches, event mobile app, paperless pairing guides, zero waste hospitality suites. So really just trying to be conscientious of all the things that we do on course, making sure that we're not creating a lot of trash, making sure that we're really not hurting the environment, trying to be conscious of what we're doing and making sure that we have a plan of how we can keep that going. So that's part of a 5-year sustainability strategy that was created for the Dow GLBI, and we just want to keep that going. So you're probably asking or have questions about the GL Foundation. So it's a certificate where it's made up of 6 different categories. And inside each of these categories, such as sustainability, like water power, it's broken down in these categories, and you have to check a number of these different boxes through programming that you do. So whether it's creating a program around bikes or carpooling, there's a menu that you have to do or create to earn points. So at the end of these, across these 6 different categories, you need to achieve 50 out of these 60 points in order to get this certificate. So there are a lot of initiatives that you need to check off in order to get that limit or reach that threshold of 50 to get that certificate. And we're really proud to say that we got that in 2019. That's many other tournaments can't say that they got this certificate. So it's something we're very proud of and looking to do again this year. Moving on to the next one is youth engagement. Thing that we take a lot of pride in at the Dow GLBI is giving back to the youth and making sure get involved with golf booming 2 years with the pandemic outside, play golf, and the sport of golf provides a great opportunity to not have a lot of contact with others during that environment. So looking at this year, proud to partner up with the First Tee of the Eastern Michigan in 2021 to bring youth programming back to this region. So we're expanding the national school program. Really excited that we have 8 Bay City elementary schools partnering with 2 Swan Valley elementary schools. So we have a lot of involvement or have a lot of touch points of getting kids the opportunity to get involved. And we have 2 locations. So we have one at Curry, and then over the past couple weeks, we actually had Maple Leaf in Linwood actually also confirmed too. So 2 locations trying to maximize those experiences and those touch points there. So we're really excited to confirm that both the locations will be going in 2021. Also want to announce the junior clinic. So that's going to be happening at Curry on Monday, July 12th. That's from 9:30 to 12. It has no cost of entry, and it has 6 hands-on stations where kids will be rotating. And we've already begun planning those different stations, and we have a lot of cool ideas. So always we're going to be safe. We have some scavenger hunts, and I won't give out the details on the rest of them, but they're very cool, and we're excited to put that on for those kids. To kind of keep that going, not only offsite at Curry, we're going to have outside kid zones at the Dow GLBI, on site at the tournament, where kids will be able to putt and do different things. so that to keep them entertained and have activations for them on site. So it's just a big pillar of us. We want to keep the youth and engage the youth, and we think these initiatives are a great way to keep them involved. And that kind of brings us to our last slide. We're still open for volunteers. So we want to get to that 1,000 volunteer threshold like we talked about earlier. We're currently at 750 and we need some help. So I think a story that just came up a couple weeks ago is my mom, being a great mom that she is, said, "Oh yeah, I'll volunteer, absolutely." And then a couple days later, she was looking at the different committees and she's like, "I don't know enough about golf. I can't volunteer. I don't think I'd be any help." I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that you have to be a golf guru, you have to know all the rules about golf in order to volunteer. But really looking at all these different committees, we have committees ranging from marshaling, being on the course, holding up the paddles, where you know about the game and are familiar with the rules, all the way down to being a course ambassador, being at the admissions table. So greeting people, saying hello, pointing out the map, just being there, helping people out, and also being in like hospitality tents. So being in those different venues, handing out food, helping people and directing them around the course. So we have a lot of different opportunities, and people who aren't as familiar should definitely not be scared. All we need is a positive attitude and want to be outside in Michigan in July, and that's all we need. So most volunteers usually sign up between 10 and 15 hours over the course of the week, where it's 1-2 shifts. So it's really not that much. We really just want to get people out there having a good time, seeing the world's best golfers come to Michigan. So we're really trying to push to get more volunteers. So we're excited to have that going. And we don't only have those opportunities for different levels of skill, but also for age. So high schoolers, they have the opportunity to get involved as a pro-am caddy, so pushing bags during the pro-am on Tuesday. And we have a very cool program where for every shift that a high schooler works, we actually donate $15 to a program at their school. So whether that's robotics, whether that's athletics, a business club, whatever they're involved in, that we actually donate that money to their school. So it's a very cool program. We had a lot of high school students come out in 2019. And we're hoping to replicate that in 2021. And then we also have opportunities for college students. So whether that's if they want to join the green team, we know we take sustainability very importantly in during the tournament. And then we also have adult volunteer opportunities. So looking at lunch delivery, media center, operations, many different committees that span the course of the tournament. So if you have friends, if you have family, if you have some coworkers that want to get involved, definitely reach out to me. You can go to the website to register, and then also on the volunteer tab on the website, there are resources that talks about different ways to get involved, along with what the committees and the description of those committees, so you know what you're signing up for, such as driving range, what your typical roles and duties would be. So we're still looking for volunteers, and we hope if you know anybody, if you want to get involved, definitely come out and help us. So that wraps up our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Cam and Wendy. Appreciate that. You know, I know we're I would say disappointed that Eat Great got postponed again because of the pandemic, but we're certainly looking forward to that next year. As far as volunteers, you know, you can visit the website. I think the chamber probably in the next week or so will be getting some information out to our members to encourage them to volunteer. If you can't remember the website and you're thinking about it, feel free to reach out. I know Trey's been talking to you guys about engaging our young professionals. So with that, want to turn it over to the group for any questions. You can feel free to jump in. You can put them in the chat box. I know there's one there now. Whether there is a minimum age requirement for volunteers.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So our age minimum is right around 15. So walking 18 holes, really, it's more of like a physical minimum, where to be able to walk 18 holes, pushing a cart, we put that minimum right around 15 to 16 years old.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Seeing none, I think we will head back to the remainder of our program. Cam and Wendy, thank you again. I'd like to turn things back over to our MC, Jeff Larson.
Thanks, Ryan. Great presentation. We have so much more to talk about today, though. First, we have a few lists of sponsors. These are very important people in supporting the chamber. So let me start with our legacy sponsors, which are First State Bank, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Doubletree Hotel by Hilton Bay City Riverfront, Independent Bank, McLaren Bay Region, Michigan Sugar Company, Three Rivers Corporation, and Thumb Bank and Trust. We also have our premier sponsors, who are Consumers Energy, Covenant Healthcare, Cumulus Media, Dow, Financial Edge Credit Union, Great Lakes Federal Credit Union, Harbor Light Photography, Spence Brothers, TCF Bank, and Wildfire Credit Union. We also have our community partners, who are Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works, the Great Lakes Bay Regional CVB, and Saginaw Valley State University. And then finally, well, not finally, our visionary leaders, who are AT&T, Bay City Bridge Partners, Mid-Michigan Health, and Saguenay Eagles Landing Casino. And then there are our mission members, who are Edward Jones, Jeff Staudiker, who you've talked to today, Encompass Therapy, Ideal Party Store, and Northway Plum Insurance. Now we get to recognize our Brick Awards. We have 2 Brick Awards to be awarded today. First up to present is Jen Idalski with 989 Concierge.
Thank you, Jeff. Good morning, everyone. So the Brick Award, it was developed by the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce Ambassador Club to recognize the contribution a Bay County business makes to the community when it expands, renovates, or improves its facility. And today I get to present a Brick Award to the Corinthian Chapel. The Corinthian Chapel is owned by Tanya Zuby, located on 126 Munger Road, and you guessed it, Munger. Tanya purchased the space in fall of 2020. The previous Catholic church, St. Norbert's, had been vacant since closing its doors in 2014. The chapel will serve as an inclusive ceremony site for couples who wish to get married in a beautiful church-like setting. It will also double as a site for local concerts and community gatherings. Renovations to the chapel include a bridal suite, groom room, updated bathrooms, and new carpet throughout. With the updated flooring, lighting, paint, and beautiful furniture pieces, she truly transformed the space into something meant for making memories, and what's more fun than a wedding? So their open house is June 6th from 2 to 5. Local wedding vendors will have booths there, so check them out if you have an upcoming event or just to see the renovated space. Congratulations, Tanya. We're so excited about a new wedding venue in town.
Thanks, Jen. June 6th is the great day. I turned 46 that day. What? I know I only look 28. So if you meet a stranger in the night, then get married at Corinthian Chapel, because it only makes sense since it's owned by Tanya Zuby. I could not help myself. We have another Brick Award introducing Brad Tehash from Independent Bank. Brad, please make me stop talking.
Thanks, Jeff. So for my Brick Award, I am going to be presenting Skymint. And founded in 2018, Skymint brand celebrates a simple emotion, joy. And their motto is happy people, happy plants. As purveyors of premium crafted cannabis, Skymint grows, processes, promotes, distributes, and brings to the market a full range of cannabis products and brands. Modern, light, and airy, Skymint cannabis stores are acclaimed for the beauty of the retail experience, which always includes work by local artists and artisans, as well as unique lifestyle gifts, books, and clothing. Skymint is thrilled to be launching a downtown Bay City store located at 300 Center, Suite 102 in the MDL building. Skymint Bay City downtown will be aesthetically consistent with Skymint stores across the state. However, they are really excited to play up the cool Art Deco vibe of the building. The store is designed in modern, elegant vibe that is inspiring and approachable, and the downtown location will boost generous sales floor with wall cases, floor fixtures, merchandise by brand, category, and lifestyle. They'll also have a large expansive front windows with display and merchandising accents that will be updated seasonally and provide a view into the beautiful lobby. Skymint is eagerly to open the new location downtown Bay City, currently slated for June 24th. All right, back to you, Jeff.
Excellent. Thanks, Brad. My phone is blowing up with people wondering if I visited Skymint this morning. Always a good time. So now, thank you to Bay Landscaping and to our ambassadors. Bay Landscaping generously provides the bricks that we give out every month, and our ambassadors are awesome in their green jackets, just doing all of the things. We now get to do our soap boxes. We have several. So for example, a soap box is where somebody gets a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes to speak like about things like, you know, Relay for Life this Saturday at Winona Park. Come whenever you want, it'll be all set up. But that is beside the point because I didn't pay for that. So our first actual soapbox is from Shannon Forshee with Camp Fishtails. Shannon will have 1 minute to speak.
And I don't think I've ever been so nervous for that minute. So Camp Fishtails, if you take anything away from this, is that we're an amazing nonprofit in Northern Bay County. We serve kids and adults with special needs in an outdoor week-long setting. And it's truly a remarkable resource for both the caregivers and campers. I wanted to talk about Airborne Angler. Their first annual golf outing is June 26th. All teams are full, but there are still whole sponsors for $100. Friends of Camp Fishtails sponsors for $250. Go to the website, the Airborne Angler, to sign up. And thank you, Taryn Martin. You guys have been amazing advocates for camp. The Haunted Fishtail, the Camp Fishtails Fright Night Haunted Forest is back after like 15 years. So that is going to be the weekend of October 22nd. We're also going to have a Moonlight 5K run walk Saturday, October 23rd with a Bloody Mary tent afterwards here at camp. And last but not least, May 16th from 12 till 2, we have an open house. If you have not been to camp, come here for a lunch. Also tours, and we have a number of outdoor activities. We'll have the rock wall fishing and the pontoon boat out. And I think that is about it. And thank you so much for having me. Did I make it? How do I know how long I've been?
You were fantastic, Shannon. No need to be nervous in the future because you nailed it. Next up, we have our second soapbox, Major Rick Ray from the Salvation Army. Rick will also have 1 minute to speak. But we can't hear you, Rick. If you are talking, you might be on mute.
There we are. How about that?
Excellent.
Okay, so we are doing a car kettle cruise. It's the first one we're trying to do an extra fundraiser during the slumps of the summer. We've been doing some tough stuff and we're trying to raise some extra funds to help our program. So it's June 5th, starting at 11:30 a.m. The ride starts out at Essexville at the Smith Park, and it will wrap up at the Bay City Mall in their parking lot. Entries for the vehicles will be $10 a person. They can register a paper registration here, or they can go online to the Salvation Army Facebook page and do an online registration there. We aren't just doing cars. If you have any motorized vehicle that you would like to participate and enter that, the first 100 will actually have a swag bag that we have available for them. So that is pretty much what I have to offer there. They can check our Facebook page out, Bay City Salvation Army, and get the registration forms there. And vehicle registrations will be received by May 15th.
Awesome. Thanks, Rick. Sounds like a great event. So keep in mind that weekend, busy weekend, June 5th, participate in that event. June 6th, give me my birthday present, and then later go to the Corinthian Chapel to do a walkthrough with the person that you met the day before at the car cruise and decide if that's your wedding venue. So we now get another featured sponsor. This is the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau, and they have a video that they will be showing in lieu of their 3 minutes of speaking.
Hello, everybody. Mike Hensley here with the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitor Bureau. I'm happy to be joining you today. I wish we were in person, but we'll get there someday. I'm here to talk a little bit about what the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitor Bureau does and about our website. At the Great Lakes Bay Regional CVB, we market Bay, Midland, and Saginaw counties to people outside of the region as a tourism destination, whether that be for meetings, weddings, group tours, sporting events, or just a regular old vacation. One of the tools that we use the most to do that is our website, gogreat.com. That's GOGREAT.com. This website has been entirely redesigned, taking the blogs, the personal experiences, and user-generated content, moving it to the forefront of a trip planning experience. It's also been redesigned with partners, planners, locals, and media in mind. That means, as a resident of the Great Lakes Bay region, we have a whole new page entirely devoted to you, where you can sign up for our residential newsletter and figure out what's going on within the CVB and how we're marketing this great region to people outside as a tourism destination. But for now, I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of what Go Great looks like. After this meeting, we encourage you to jump on and explore it yourself. Again, that's gogreat.com, GOGREAT.com.
And that is a fantastically robust website. We have 2 more featured sponsors for you before we get to our networking. The next is Covenant Healthcare. Tracy Sullivan will get 3 minutes of time.
Good morning. Thank you. My name is Tracy Sullivan, and I am the program administrator here for Covenant Healthcare. Part of my job is to go out in the public and educate people on how to recognize when someone is having a stroke, things you can do to prevent a stroke, and what to do if you or a loved one is having a stroke. So I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak here. On the next slide, we're going to talk about some quick facts of stroke. We know that stroke is the 5th leading cause of death, and we can estimate that approximately 800,000 people a year will have a stroke. Breaking that number down, approximately 600,000 of those, will be first time or new strokes, leaving the remaining 200,000 of those, or nearly 1 in 4 people, will have had a previous stroke. If we break that into a timeline, about every 40 seconds, or about 3 people by the time I'm done with this presentation will have had a stroke. 4 minutes, everyone dies of a stroke here in the US. It is the leading cause of disability, with total costs estimating over $46 billion a year. But there is a silver lining. About 80% of these strokes can be prevented. So on the next slide, we're going to talk about some symptoms of stroke. We like to use the acronym BFAST, which stands for balance, eyes, face, arm, speech, and time. So if someone has a sudden loss of balance, dizziness, difficulty walking, has lost vision in one eye or both eyes, or has blurred vision, when they're smiling, one side of their face is drooping, when they're holding their arms out, one is drifting down, they have slurred speech, they're not making sense, or just can't get their words out, those are all signs of stroke. So we use that T for time. It's very important to call 911 so you can be taken to the nearest stroke center. We do have a medication available if you come early enough and you qualify that can help dissolve the clot that's causing the stroke. So we're going to talk about some risk factors on the next slide. We know that high blood pressure is the leading cause for stroke. Again, that having a previous stroke or a TIA mini stroke is putting you at risk. Elevated cholesterol, heart disease, diabetes, being a smoker, drinking too much alcohol, obesity, poor diet, physical inactivity, those are also risk factors, as well as race, being a female, and age. Specifically, after 55 years of age, your chances of doubling, your chances are doubled for every 10 years to have a stroke. On the next slide, we want to remind you that stroke is May Awareness Month, May is Stroke Awareness Month. So please share all this information with your loved ones. I am proud to say that here at Covenant, we are certified as a primary stroke center. So we provide award-winning stroke care by constantly meeting guidelines that are set by American Heart Association. And last year we earned the Stroke Honor Roll Gold Plus Elite Plus Award. Thank you again so much for the opportunity to speak here. Now you all know the signs and symptoms of stroke, how to prevent one, and what to do if you're having one so that we can fight this disease together. Thanks again. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Tracy. To put everybody's mind at ease, when Tracy said 4 minutes, everyone dies of stroke. No, she is not Thanos double snapping. She meant every 4 minutes, someone
dies. Thank you.
And I know you're all worried about me because I talked about my birthday, but I'm only going to be 46, not 55. So my chances have not increased. But
that is great.
Strokes are still very important to know the signs and to act quickly. Thanks, Tracy. Our final featured speaker from Kapoko Community Credit Union will be Samantha Lee.
Hi. I don't have any cool slides, so I apologize, but I'm the marketing coordinator for Kapoko Community Credit Union, and today I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about our annual Kids Club Safety Day that's coming up Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. This event will be a drive-through style event, so we will continue to practice social distancing. At this event, we're going to have the Bay County Police Department, Bangor Township Fire Department, MedStar, Michigan DNR. I'm also waiting to hear back from the Coast Guard as well. We will also be doing a free helmet giveaway for the kids that need helmets. And we will also be putting together gift bags for the children at this event with different types of information and goodies. If anyone is interested, they can contact me at Kapoko and become a part of this event, or if they have any information that they would like to put in the bags for the kids, that would be great as well. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Sorry, I'm nervous.
Well, Samantha, you said you didn't have any slides, but your screen name says S. Lee, which sounds like Slee, which is the sound you make when you slide into somebody's DMs, right?
There you go.
Excellent. Folks, I'm just a big dumb animal. I don't know. I would say that something's wrong with me, but those who know me know this is what you get every day. But my time has finally come to an end. As I pass it on to Trey Pinkstock, which is the best kind of stock, by the way, who is the Marketing, Communications, and Membership Manager for the Chamber. Trey, please take it away.
Thank you, Jeff. We certainly appreciate your time and your liveliness this morning. We definitely need that on these early mornings, keeping us awake. I want to thank our table host for 2021. First, we'll start with Edward Jones, Bayfield. We have Bay Area Energized, Two Men in a Truck, Remax of Michigan, and Melaleuca. Thank you all. We appreciate it. Yeah. So they are sponsoring our networking breakout rooms this morning. Before we get to those, I just have a few quick announcements for everyone. Our next Eye Opener breakfast will be Wednesday, June 16th. We are very, very excited about this. It will be our first in-person event in, man, over a year and a half, I believe. It will be my first in-person event since I started here. So if you have not met me in person yet, everybody will get to do that. So that's exciting. I'll get to see some people in person. That'll be great. We're looking forward to it. It'll be a business expo right across the street in Winona Park. Like I said, it'll be on Wednesday, June 16th. More details to come on that, so stay tuned. Also, their new membership will be announced next month, but you can join us at Loom Cannabis Co. right here in downtown Bay City today at noon for their ribbon cutting ceremony. Their address is 208 Center Avenue. And again, that is today at noon. That is all for announcements, and now for our networking portion. Today, we're going to do it like we did last month, which is a little bit different than normal. Our host, Renee, she's going to send everyone to breakout rooms. Because the networking is at the end of the program today, we are offering extended networking time. Renee will not be ending the session after 10 minutes, so please feel free to network as long as you would like. If you would like to switch rooms at any time, just leave the room and ask Renee to move you to another room to network with more and different people. Ambassadors will be facilitating the breakout rooms, and it may take just a minute to get them all assigned, so hold tight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. We appreciate it as always, and we will see you all in person next month. So off you go to the breakout rooms. Thank you.